What's up, my friends? Happy holidays. If you were listening to this episode when it comes out, which is December 24th, 2021, if you're listening to this in like May of 2022, hey, I hope you're having an amazing day. Best of episode here for you today because it is the holidays here in 2021. And I wanted to reshare with you an episode I did about a year ago where I shared my thoughts on thinking differently about goals. And since we're in goal setting season, if you will, for the new year, and following up my conversation that I had just a few weeks ago here on the podcast with Neill Williams, where we talked about a new way of thinking and setting goals for 2022, I wanted to reshare this episode with you. And again, it's about a year old, and I got a lot of great feedback about this episode specifically because I'm sharing just some different ways to be thinking about goals. And it kind of surprises a lot of people. And this is a lot of the work that we do inside of our Accelerator coaching program. So without further ado, happy holidays again. And let's dive into this best of episode where we're thinking differently about goals. Welcome to the Art of Online Business podcast. My name is Rick Mulready, and I'm an online business coach, Facebook and Instagram ads expert, lifestyle entrepreneur, and I'm a total coffee snob as well. Each week, you're going to learn actionable strategies, mindsets, and tips that take the guesswork out of growing and scaling a profitable online business so that you can truly become an entrepreneur with impact. This podcast is your secret weapon for fast-tracking the growth of your online business. Let's do this. All right. Welcome back to the show, my friend. It's Quick Tip Friday here on the podcast. I don't know why I laughed about that. Well, I don't know why I say it like that. It's like my late night DJ voice that comes out. That's right. Rick Mulready here, and you're listening to another Quick Tip episode here on the show. If you've never heard a Quick Tip episode, you're on the podcast. Where the heck have you been? No, I'm just kidding. This is where I share a tip or a strategy that can help you optimize your online business so that you can have a bigger impact and increase your revenue in the process. If you've been listening for a while, welcome back. Thank you so much again, as always, for tuning into the show. Today, I want to talk a little bit of a different way to think about setting goals in your business. I know it's kind of one of those like, goal setting conversations. No, I want to take a different approach to maybe encouraging you, giving you some ideas for how to think differently about goal setting. And the reason I want to talk to you about it on the show today is because this is something that I've experienced in my own business and in my own head. And not in the past, not so distant past, too. I mean, it's been something that I've thought a lot about, that comes up a lot for me in the past and also fairly recently, too. And I also see a lot of it in working with our Accelerator students. And I'm going to bring up a recent example of a conversation I had with one of our students. So when it comes to goal setting, what I find from a lot of people, and I've done this myself, is people don't set big enough goals for fear of what it means about themselves if they don't hit it. So for example, if I set $1 million goal for something, $100,000, whatever the goal is, if I don't hit that goal, it's very easy to say, well, I'm a failure, or I'm not good enough to be able to hit that goal. It's very easy to go to the negative. It's what we make it mean about ourselves if we don't hit that goal. So what do we do instead? We set a more realistic goal. And it's like, oh yeah, I know I can hit that goal. Yeah, that'll be good if I hit it, but it's just okay. I hit the goal. I've achieved it. And so I want to talk a little bit more about that here in just a second. But I have this story, me personally, getting authentic with you here for a second. I have a story of not being enough or not doing enough. Nothing is ever enough for me personally. Meaning like whatever I do, I look at like, oh, that's not enough, or I haven't done enough, or I'm not doing enough. And this is something that I've come to realize over the past few years. And I often get asked the question, well, how far back do I attribute this to? Like, when does this first come up? The whole kind of like therapy question. When did I first notice this sort of thing? I can take it back to like 7th grade. I grew up Catholic. I was an altar boy. Random fact, I was an altar boy. And I went to a Catholic grade school from 2nd to 8th grade. And this grade school, small town New Hampshire, was really, there was one class per grade. And so I basically went through 2nd through 8th grade with roughly the same 25 or so kids the whole time. But really in 7th grade for me, I just really felt like I was always an outsider. I was never one of the cool kids. Girls didn't like me. And, I just never felt, like never enough, right? Now, on the flip side, I was an all-star in sports. And so I played baseball, basketball, and soccer growing up until I hit high school. And then I started playing golf, and I was on the golf team and all that stuff. But anyway, I was an all-star in town. But then I hit high school. I was a very small fish in a big pond all of a sudden. And things changed, and I didn't end up playing. I mean, I played some of the sports, but I wasn't, I didn't play a whole lot. And so it was just, again, it kind of perpetuated that never enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not enough. But I've thought about that in how I've set goals, and it's brought up the fear in me of like, all right, what does it mean about myself if I don't hit that goal? So what do? Is I don't set a big enough goal. I don't set that, as they call it, the stretch goal or things that really scare me. I've become aware of this, obviously, as I'm talking about it. What that has caused me to do is set bigger goals. And I've also realized what I'm about to share with you right now. But again, I see this a lot in our accelerator students, not setting big enough goals or thinking like I'm only successful if I hit this goal. Now, here's the challenge for you. When it comes to goal setting, what if the goal you set is only there to help you break through whatever your specific glass ceiling is, if you will? I'm sure you've heard the term glass ceiling, right? Meaning like, you think that this is only as high as you can go. So you keep bumping up against it. But really, in truth, you can go beyond that. But you are hitting up against that glass ceiling, if you will, quote unquote, for a reason. Well, what if the purpose of the goal that you're setting, what if that was the goal's only purpose? To help you break through your glass ceiling, for you to be able to see what your glass ceiling is and then allow you to break through it. What if the purpose of the goal that you're setting is to reveal to you the blocks that are happening in your mind? Now, I'm going to get a little woo-woo here on you, but to bring what's going on in your subconscious brain to the conscious part of your brain, to become more aware of it, like, oh, this is coming up for me. Well, if you hadn't set a big goal, and you're stretching yourself out, if you will, in order to hit that goal, well, it's what you are becoming and who you are becoming in the process of achieving that goal, right? Because when you do that, again, it reveals the blocks that are happening in your mind that are keeping you from breaking through that glass ceiling. And so what if the purpose of the goal is, again, to bring what's going on in your subconscious brain to the conscious side of your brain, so you can then strategize and come up with ideas to work through them, right? Because if you don't set a goal, nothing ever comes up. You just float along. Or if you do set a goal that's completely achievable, then you're like, yeah, you just float. Yeah, like, yeah, I can achieve that. No problem. You're not stretching yourself. You're not growing. You just kind of float along. And as long as your brain continues thinking what it's been thinking to get you to where you are right now in your business and in your life as a result, it's going to keep you from getting to the next level, whatever that next level is for you, right? It's going to keep you from breaking through that glass ceiling for you, whatever that is. I'm going to repeat that because this is really key here, guys. As long as your brain continues thinking what it has been thinking to get you to where you are right now in your business, that thinking is going to keep you from getting to the next level, whatever that next level is for you, right? That next level is your glass ceiling. It's helping you break through that. This is the whole saying of like, what got you here will not get you to where you want to go. That's what this means right here. So I want to challenge you. What if the achievement of a goal that you set is actually not what's most important? What if what's more important was who you were becoming towards the goal? And in your pursuit of the goal, it's the revelation of what's holding you back, right? From up-leveling your business and yourself and your life, frankly, right? What if the purpose of the goal is to reveal those blocks so that you can learn what they are and then move past them, come up with ways to move past them? Because again, this is about stretching yourself. So yes, you can absolutely achieve or set goals that are totally achievable, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you think about, if you're not setting bigger goals for yourself for fear of what might happen if you don't achieve them, I want to challenge you to think about it a little bit of a different way. Who cares if you don't achieve it necessarily? It's who you are becoming in the pursuit of achieving that goal. Because I guarantee you that if you set a big goal that's bigger than that quote unquote achievable goal, and maybe you don't hit that big goal, you're very likely going to blow past that achievable goal and become a better person and a more optimized CEO, which I'm going to start talking about here in the show in the process, right? And just to kind of finish up here, one thing that I really like to do when you're working towards a big goal and you're moving from that subconscious thinking, like what the blocks that are holding you back, towards the conscious part of your brain as you're thinking, and like, oh, okay, this is coming up for me. Cool. I'm aware of it. I can strategize and trying to come up with ideas. Well, during your pursuit of your goals here, write down things that are happening in your day-to-day. Intentionally write down the facts, the good things, because you might be on your pursuit of that big goal and you might be discouraged because you're like, oh man, like this is not happening the way I want it to. Well, don't forget, I've talked about it here on the show, we often discount the wins, especially when they're the smaller wins. I want to encourage you to be intentional with writing down the facts, the good things that are happening every day in your business. This is going to allow you to see that you're actually making progress. And it's also going to allow you to see and become more aware of the person that you are becoming in your pursuit of that bigger goal. Okay. I'd love to know what you think about this concept that I talked about here today. Shoot me a DM over on Instagram. I'm at Rick Mulready. This is a little bit of a different way to think about goals. You know, most people, myself included, have always thought about goals in that SMART acronym, and the A being the achievable. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but what if we set bigger goals with the purpose of becoming and growing as a person and using that goal to reveal the blocks that holding ourselves back from achieving bigger and better things? All right. Shoot me a DM over on Instagram. Let me know what you think about this and if this resonates with you. And even if it doesn't, you're like, Rick, this makes no sense. I want to keep with my SMART goal. Awesome. Let me know. Hey, if you are an established online course creator or online coach, or maybe both, and by established, I mean you're doing minimum $100,000 a year in your online business, and you want to take things to the next level. However, you're not quite sure what to do in order to get there without adding more hours to your week, because you're already working probably too many hours, right? You want to take things to the next level. You want to increase your impact, increase your profit while working fewer hours, right? Well, if that is you and you're feeling stuck in your business and you're likely feeling overwhelmed in your business, not quite sure what next steps to be taking, then I want to invite you to learn more and apply. It's application only for our Accelerator Coaching Program. Again, this is for more established online course creators and online coaches who are looking to increase your profit, increase your impact with less hustle. And we help you do those things by optimizing your sales and marketing, optimizing your systems and processes in your business, and then optimizing your mindset. Because 80% of the success of your business, my friends, as I always talk about here on the show, is all mindset. And yes, I am pointing at my temples when I do that. I don't know why I have to do that whenever I say that. But yeah, Accelerator is one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and a mastermind experience all wrapped up into one program. So if you want to learn more and apply, go to rickmulready.com/accelerator. All right, my friends, super appreciate you as always. Until next time, be well, and I'll talk to you soon.